I'm beginning this episode with a close-up that reveals as little of me as possible because later on you're going to be seeing as much of me as is possible. This is an episode where I will be taking a close-up look at my physical condition for comparison later, so I do want to remind you of the information I posted at the very beginning of episode 1, warning you that this kind of thing might happen, that you might see more of me than you ever wanted to see. Now, technically you've already seen pretty much all of me in my progress pictures in earlier episodes, but now we're really going to take a good, hard, painful look at my current condition, or at least my condition as of April 1st. Anyway, there's your fair warning. This is your one mercy shot. The rest is dangerous territory. Ooh, you're in 3D. That's not how this works. 2019 is trucking right along, and in my workout journal, we are up to the month of April. On April 1st, I finally got around to something that I wanted to do on January 1st as part of my whole introductory physical evaluation, and that is video footage of all of my musculature, my muscle status at the time. Now, knowing my past and knowing how slowly I've made progress from 2010 to 2019, I don't think the difference of January versus April is really going to make much difference at all in the final evaluation. But still, my OCD wanted it on January 1st. Anyway, so on April 1st, that evening, I went to the gym and recorded a full evaluation of my current physical status. It is presented here to the dulcet strains of Johann Pachelbel's Canon in D. All right, let's start with a look at my chest, which is developing, but like my entire body, has a long way to go. We have a close-up view coming up here. There it is. You can see the cleft in the middle is getting some definition, and to the touch, the place where the pectorals joined to the sternum is actually really quite solid to the touch. It's very encouraging. This is a side view to take a look at the upper pectorals, and they are rounding out when flexed. Not quite what I would call a shelf. Actually, long way to go before it's a shelf, but again, solid when flexed, very encouraging. Slightly less encouraging is all this excess flab that is still under the arms and at the lower part of the pectorals. That is going to take a lot of effort to burn that away. There's absolutely none of that sharp, defined line going up under the arm that you see in a developed bodybuilder. But I can give you a pec dance, so I'm well on my way. All right, moving on to biceps. Interestingly enough, my left bicep has always been larger than my right, even though I'm right-handed. That has stumped and befuddled the personal trainers that have measured. There's a back view as well. I like that they're showing up. You know, you can see that I have them. They're getting rounded. They're certainly rounder than when I first considered the idea. What am I doing there? Oh, okay, I'm rotating my wrist to show the bicep activating. I'm narrating this months after I shot it, so I don't necessarily know what was on my mind for any given shot here. But moving on to the triceps. The triceps actually show up better in person. The lighting in this room is not ideal for showing off the muscles, but I consider that a challenge. What have we got here? Left tricep. Left tricep apparently shows up a little bit more. You can see more shadow there, but again, I consider it a challenge that I want my body to look so good that even in bad lighting, you'll notice. I am now showing off the deltoids such as I can. trying to kind of flex and maneuver them, and you can see them working under there. And in person, you can actually kind of see some separation among the heads. We've got the left one here kind of showing the mounding, the beginning boulder, the embryonic stage of a boulder, and then the division there between the deltoids and the traps, making that clear separation is an indicator of some development. And then the right deltoid as well. Also, you know, looking encouraging. I'm not going to say they're looking great, but they're looking encouraging. What am I showing off here? Oh, the traps themselves. So they're a little small yet. I couldn't tell what I was showing you. Better view from the back. Just that whole upper muscle stretching out to the shoulder. That'll be nice someday. All right, a back view here. This is a back lat spread. I've had people say you have a great V going on, a V taper, but that's actually not muscle. That's all just loose skin hanging on there. I can feel the lat muscles under there, but I think if I were to strip away all the fat, including the lower back fat that I am demonstrating there, I wouldn't have much of a V yet. I have a lot of work to do there and a lot of fat to burn off. This is just kind of a back view, overall back view. Someday that should look stunning. All right, my... Ow! 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 Oh. All right, my biggest enemy, literally and figuratively, my abdomen, my abs. That is totally relaxed right there. That is absolutely no muscles put into it at all. I can, with effort, get it all the way into that. And on a daily basis, just walking around, I tend to suck in a little bit. It's actually uncomfortable to relax completely and walk around because it wobbles. I waddle. Anyway, I'm demonstrating there that you can see the side muscles. You can see where the abdomen column shows up, even though you can't see the individual muscles that make up the six-pack yet. Got a lot of work to do there, especially down below. I've got so much sagging fat there. I hope I am not stuck with a Dunlop when I lose the weight. All right, slightly dangerous view coming up here. I just wanted to demonstrate that body fat, well, first of all, I don't have an Adonis belt. That's what I was pointing at. Now what I'm squeezing there is to show just that body fat gets in everywhere. It's just all over the body, and it's disgusting. All right, moving on to quads. Those really didn't show up well in this light. Not that they're phenomenal, but they were better. I was doing the famous shakeout there, where you suddenly tighten the quad. It is, you know, solid on the outside. It's, again, it's encouraging. It's not a non-existent muscle. It's not soft, even when I flex. Separation there, some shadows. And then, of course, on the inside is where a lot of that flab is still retained. I got to get rid of that as well. And then here's a double-barreled look at the quads, and you can see I'm about to point to it, what's called the sweep, where the size of the quad actually creates a rounded look when in sort of a profile view of the leg. And then the hamstring, not showing up here as well as I would like, but it is visible in person. And I think if I were not concentrating on getting a good shot, I could probably actually get it to show up even a little bit better. And then the other hamstring as well. That one's actually showing up. You can actually see more shadow there. That's a positive. Anyway, solid to the touch, you know, when flexed. I remember a time when I was just not solid in any way. I'd flex my hardest and there was nothing to... Okay, we're on to the glutes. Sorry, I meant to warn you before that happened, but this video is flying by. Glutes are part of it all. I'm not trying to gross anyone out. You were warned, but, you know, there it is. Got a little dimple even. Oh, how nice. Okay. I'm going to regret this. Someday I'm going to regret this. You showed your butt. Anyway, and then calves. There is my right calf, and coming up is my left calf. Both of them show up nicely because, hey, they've had to carry around 40, 50, 60, 70 extra pounds of weight for so much of my life that once I started to lose weight, actually my legs were the first thing that fellow lifters noticed, said, look, legs are looking good. They are not even remotely symmetrical at this point. I think I do just the actual muscle shape between both legs is different. That's just the way I am. Genetic freak. Well, that's the preview. And I will dig that footage out again 9 months from April 1st and see if I've made any improvement whatsoever. To go along with the video footage, I also took a second quarter collection of progress photos. I know there's not going to be much difference there between January and April, so I won't bother you right now with a side-by-side comparison. And then I also stepped on the scale, which I've done quite often, so that's not particularly noteworthy. Of note, though, is that between January 1st and April 1st, having dropped my weight tremendously due to an illness and then gained much of it back, I really am almost at a net zero loss. 3 months' time, that scale showed me only down 0.4 pounds.
You may now press the red button. And thank you.
I am happy to report that by April 1st, my illness of late February and early March was gone, along with all of its lasting effects, and I was able to get back where I belong, in the gym. Here's something I found interesting. I was visiting a friend in Portland and noticed that he had these Bowflex dumbbells. Now this is a very interesting system where all of the weight you need is right there in that carrier, and rather than have to unscrew a collar and put on a new weight every time you want to change the amount of weight that you want to lift, you simply turn this dial and then you lift up on the handle and it pulls up the appropriate plates to give you that weight. I was fascinated, and so he allowed me the opportunity to get in a little arm workout there, so there I am trying them out. April brought with it a handful of days that had gorgeous weather, so I was delighted to get out and really start getting into my cardio regime as well. It is mid-morning, April 19th. It is a fantastic day. It's not the first great day of spring, but it's the first day of spring that I've had the time in my work schedule and other factors to actually take advantage of. So I'm going to go out and get a jog. This is the first jog since January, I think, so my time is going to be pathetic. But this will be a good warm-up, just getting out, enjoying the sun, enjoying the temperatures. So I'll be back in way too long. I didn't have my actual video camera with me today, and I had to use my phone as a stopwatch, but I just did pilot viewed in 19 minutes 13 seconds, so first time under 20 minutes, and it beats the last time up in January by over a minute. So looking forward to a good summer of getting out and doing a lot of hiking and footwork, because I already feel better. I mean, I feel better than last summer. You weren't with me for that, but I feel better already in April than I did last summer in May or June. So, does that make sense? I'm kind of winded here, and now I need to get back down and get back to work. Okay, bye. I did not originally intend Pilot Butte to be one of these statistics that I track, but one day, out of curiosity, I did time my ascent from bottom to top, and over the months, I've kept track of that, and it's been very exciting to see that time get shorter and shorter. In April, I was still working on UK Harry's push-up challenge. I had not yet reached 2019 push-ups. And I have had people say, Brian, why did it take you so long? I can easily do 200 push-ups in a day. I could easily do 2,000 in less than a month. Well, I can't. I'm not that young athletic body that can do it. And so it was a matter of 10 here and 10 there. And in April, I was still going. The 2019 Push-Ups Challenge offered by Harry in the UK is still underway, and I just realized when I looked at my tracker spreadsheet today that if I finish today, April 27th, 2019, I will get an even $25. Now that means doing 400 push-ups, about 400 push-ups today, and at this point, 9 a.m., that means doing about 30 an hour, something like that. I'm doing the math in my head while trying to selfie with a heavy video camera. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can finish them all today and get that $25 even. Unfortunately, I did not complete the 2019 push-ups on the 27th. My first disappointment was I was reading my spreadsheet wrong, and earning $25 was yesterday, so the most I could do today was $24.90. I did get down to 240 remaining, which means that now for the 28th, all I have to do is basically 10 every hour. Of course, I'm sleeping for some of those, but that's the basic principle. I'm not going to spend any time highlighting my weight for the month of April because there really was nothing to highlight. When my weight bounced back up after my illness in March, it basically stayed in the mid to high 230s. It didn't go anywhere. I've never had it easy as far as losing weight, and I think the older I get, it's just going to get harder and harder. It will probably be a battle for the rest of my life to get weight off and keep it off. So that's really all there is to say about April as far as my weight goes, and I think that's all there is to say about April as far as my entire workout journal goes. Thanks to the 2 or 3 of you who were able to stick around and stomach the close-up shots of my big flabby body, and we'll be back again next time with more of my journey through a body in progress. Alrighty, well,
Cool.
That was fun.
What's next?